Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Amazing Outdoors. This podcast is being presented by Upland Outfitters, home of the Relentless pants, man. Those things are awesome. I had them out this week, and I pretty much, since I started the partnership with Jason, have been wearing those pants out anytime over the summer here where I had to do any work at the farm or dog training. I've even had them on the boat a little bit. They are tough as nails. I have yet to see a pull 'em thread. I've been in some nasty briars. They really held up a lot better than I thought. I can't recommend them enough. Hunting season is around the corner. Make sure you use discount code AMAZING, and I believe Jason is still offering 20% off on the Relentless pants. So pick up a pair before hunting season is upon us, and you're out in the woods with a pair of ripped up pair of pants and sweating, unnecessarily, because Jason's pants and the Relentless pants are top notch and breathable, light. So you're going to want them this early season. Make sure you get them now. I also have a quick announcement. We've got another kind of temporary partnership with Chippewa River Custom Rods. Tom is going to be offering 10% off with discount code AMAZING10. AMAZING10. And it's all caps. If you decide to call him for a custom rod, just make sure you tell him that you heard about custom rods on Amazing Outdoors podcast, and he will make sure that you get hooked up with a discount. All that information for both sponsors and partners are going to be in the show notes, so please support the podcast and these great companies. They are really good partners for the podcast, and I would like to see our listeners support them as well. So look them up, Uplnd Outfitters and Chippewa River Custom Rods. Enjoy today's show. That's right, we're back for another episode of Amazing Outdoors. It's been almost a month. Today I have, well, he needs no introduction. He's my brother. He's got a YouTube channel. We'll promote it a little bit during the show, but we're talking fishing, river fishing here in Wisconsin. He was up for a week. We had some ups and downs. So Jeff, what do you think of that intro music? I played it on the Musky Fool 20th episode, and I played it just for you.
Oh, you know I'm a big fan of the funk music.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get down to a little funky funk in the brass tacks today. How was fishing up here?
Oh, I love it. Every time I come up here, it's a blast.
Well, we're posted up in the garage today, and we're trying to bang this one out because we spent most of the time on the river.
Yep. Fortunately, today it was a little slow, but we had a...
We'll get there.
Yep.
So, everybody, not anybody, but everybody, this is Jeff, the Little Maze.
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, it should be an interesting show today. We get to cover...
Got quite...
Oh, sorry, girl. I got the dogs here in the studio. I'm adjusting chairs and trying to make this all work quickly so we can bust this out so you can get back to Florida.
Yep. I'm excited to go back. Nothing against Wisconsin, but...
Well, especially after some of the things that we had to overcome this week.
It was a roller coaster. A couple of days of trials and tribulations.
That's I think there's probably other words for it that may describe it better, but man, there were some ups and downs.
Yeah, it was a definite roller coaster.
This year we've had kind of, at least on the river systems up here, everybody kind of knows I'm a smallmouth and musky nut.
Yep.
Have a drift boat, couple updates actually quickly for
a new raft.
Well, see that's a little bit of the updates I got to give. I put all this time into my wooden boat and I had an issue, and well, lo and behold, I said, screw it. Begged the wife. Thank you, honey. Scrapped together some pennies, and I bought a clacker craft. And Jeff, you didn't even get to...
Unfortunately, no, we didn't get to go out in that boat, but the raft was a good time.
Well, and I guess another update for everybody, I'm kind of working on some behind-the-scenes stuff for maybe some sponsorship deal here with the podcast, but River Rats USA, man, that's a sweet ride.
Oh, yeah, they make a tough raft.
And it was very hard to take the clacker craft out.
Yep. Water levels were pretty low.
Well, and not even that, Jeff. I mean, think about where we put in on the flambeau.
Oh, rocky. Very rocky.
There's no boat ramp.
That either.
Did you want to carry that 350-pound drift boat up that embankment on the way out?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. So, the Croix, we fished the Croix twice.
Yep.
That's an easy in and out.
Yep.
But the water levels had been really low up until today. Today was the first time I've seen them kind of relatively normal.
Yep. Got all that rain last night.
Yeah, we had to try.
Yep.
We struck out pretty big today, though.
Only one smallie, but it was a decent size one.
Well, and we spent the majority of time musky fishing, 90% of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is what it is. It's fishing. Some days are good, some days are bad. Today,
all the old saying,
Hey, we didn't lose any baits
they don't
today.
Call it catching.
We didn't lose any baits today. we didn't bust any oars.
No oar busted today. In fact, got to break in the new ones.
We got to break in some brand new ones. Thank you, Brian Walker over at River Rat. I appreciate you getting that in the mail to me, and it showed up in unbelievable timing. I mean, we'll get to the whole, shit show day. Disaster day. I learned a valuable lesson. I'm gonna probably invest in at least another, like a foldable canoe paddle.
Mm-hmm.
At least,
oar.
Yeah, we need something because
emergency oar.
Yeah, or maybe now that I got the newer ones, I can bring that old one.
Well, that old one's probably a little bit big and heavy for that. All you need is something small.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be wall art from now on.
Yep.
I'm gonna write the rapids, the date, and the river on that damn thing.
It's too bad that we left the broken pieces float away. The other one.
Well, how were we supposed to get them?
We were in the middle of the rapids, yeah.
With one oar, we weren't going anywhere. Oh, Well, let's kind of fill the listeners in a little bit on kind of how fishing's been the last couple days, and you kind of give them a little live report of what we saw on the rivers, and hopefully they'll get a little tidbit, and maybe they can go out and give it a shot for themselves.
Sure. You want to talk about the Apple River first?
Yeah.
It was Monday.
Yeah. So everybody knows that I kind of bought some land in western Wisconsin. The concrete floor went in. I mean, it is full up and operational minus power.
Yep.
But, for what I'm using it for now,
you don't really need power.
You saw it. It's a great place to store my stuff.
Oh, beautiful building.
Yep. And what a great view,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then, the icing on the cake, which is not only is it, hunting property and close to all the things I do like to hunt in the fall.
Yep.
But it's right down the road from the Apple River.
Yep. Which is some good smallie fishing.
Shh. Let's not give out that one too much. But, if you're willing to put your canoe in or kayak in.
It'd be a little dangerous, though, in certain areas.
In certain areas, yeah. We decided to grab, the raft came in. I had it out one other time before you came to town.
Yep.
And we decided, well, what the hell? The closest class 2 rapids that we can shoot, we're right down the road.
Yeah.
And Whitewater USA said, hey, it's at the level we can run it. And nice. we went and scouted it, and it was running.
Oh, yeah.
Way better than it has been running all year, from what I saw.
Yep.
So we said, what the hell? Screw it.
Let's go.
So we put in upstream. We hit a couple of the spots that I had waded earlier this year. And, of course, like clockwork, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Big fish.
Yeah, nice size smallies.
Not a lot, not a ton. I wouldn't say the numbers are super, super high. That's my brother's infectious laugh. Now, that's my brother's infectious laugh. We just kind of going with the thing, didn't have time to test the audio equipment, and his mic needed to be adjusted, and I hit too many damn buttons. So excuse the edit note. Apple River, Monday, so we shot the rapids, and above the rapids, it was mediocre fishing.
Yep.
Couple decent ones came up. I think we got 2 fish up there.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then we went through Little Falls.
Yep.
Which was kind of interesting. We thought we could shoot it perfect, and we got hung up. And so I said, screw it. We're not going to go through it hung up like that. So I actually pulled the raft back up.
Pulled it off the rock.
Well, yeah, and then pulled it up a little bit.
Yep.
And lined us up better and got in, and we shot that one pretty good.
And lost a GoPro in the process.
No, that was the next one.
Oh, that was the next one.
Yeah, because there's 2 little falls there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we went down, and then it's still too low. It was too low.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, we made it through. The raft held up big time. It saw a lot of contact.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressed with the quality of the product and how tough it is.
Oh, yeah.
The shortness of it made it like perfect. We didn't hit the back rack just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we shot it really nice. It was good.
Oh, it was perfect.
It was the rocks below the rapids that we kind of encountered a little bit, and had the water been a little higher, I think our trip through that part would have been smoother.
Yep, probably.
And down to the next set of rapids, I made a misjudgment on something, and you didn't see it. I probably didn't even call it out, but yeah, we hit a rock.
Yep.
Caught just the toe of the raft on the front, spun us right around, and no time to recover, and over the little falls we go. Again, no problems. I mean, it was
no issues.
It was a little bit of a shit show, just because there was a tree there, and we got out of it.
I had to go under it, but
yeah,
it was not an issue. Really,
didn't lose any rods or anything.
No,
but about a half a mile downriver, we realized that I had lost a GoPro. So mishap number 1 for the trip.
Yep.
We had some decent fishing down there. It's a tough stretch to get to. Yep. You got to be willing to either go through the whole stretch we did or portage your canoe down there and then go down. And there's a long
Wouldn't
stretch.
be a fun portage either.
No, and there's a long stretch of that. Hey, girls. You guys having fun. Yeah, Rebel and Luna, the short hairs of the group here, are looking for some attention. But the worst part about that, is that you go through a decent little stretch of river, and then you have the rapids. And then below the rapids, there's like a half mile, if not a little more, of what I would consider just poor water. A lot of vegetation.
Yep.
Super shallow. We actually got out and walked for
we did.
Almost probably quarter mile.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Floated the raft down. It was just not worth playing bumper boats with rocks.
Well, and it was like pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And we got stuck that one good time, and you were like,
not going through it.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's just walk it.
Yep.
And it was an exploration endeavor. I mean, this was to see whether or not it was doable.
Yep.
And how long it took, which was a total mess up on my part.
Yep. Yeah, definitely underestimated the time.
That was time mess up number 1.
Didn't pull out until 11 at night.
Oh, no. We got out by 10:21 that night on Monday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was only an hour of paddling in the dark. But we caught a lot of fish in that downward stretch.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there was good numbers down there. And they had good, consistent size.
Yeah.
It was not
They weren't like massive or anything.
No, but it wasn't.
They were decent. They weren't dinks.
It was some of the dink fest. It wasn't the dink fest that we've been seeing in some stretches on the St. Croix.
Yep.
Yeah, there were really healthy, good fish. Good bait numbers. I mean, the Apple River for smallmouth is doing really well. So we get out. The wife's not happy.
Nope.
No, I didn't make it home till midnight. Yeah, bless her heart. I mean, the shit she puts up with from me this week was pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're just starting to.
Yeah, I definitely am going to be playing for brownie points for the next few weeks.
At least a month.
Oh, I hope so. September's rolling around way too fast. But so we get home. We go down pretty hard.
Yep.
Tuesday morning, my wife came home from working all weekend. No, a 24-hour. No, she went to work on Tuesday.
Yep.
So we said, oh, well, we're going to play. My daughter had some stuff going on that we decided to stick around for a little bit. You want to get the door for that dog.
Yep.
Welcome to the garage.
Yep.
So after kind of carting my daughter around, we headed back up to the farm. We loaded the raft up and we hit the Croix. We were going to actually float just north of Highway 70, what they consider the upper Croix.
Gotcha.
We had picked a 9-mile stretch of river.
Yep.
And there is a landing that is a little bit less than halfway down that we should have. Yeah. Big mistake. But we had a great day.
Oh yeah.
That was we caught some of the bigger smallmouth.
Yep.
That I've seen in a few trips.
Yep. A lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with some of those stretches. It's good to see the young fish.
Yep.
But where'd all the big ones go?
Yep.
They're somewhere. Haven't found them.
They're around.
Haven't found them in that stretch yet.
Yep.
So I think there's a few other spots that we didn't get a chance to float that I think they're hanging there. But anyways,
Sure.
Whole nother conversation.
Oh yeah.
We
did a lot of musky fishing that day too.
Yeah, and you
Got a nice one.
Had to christen the boat for me.
Yeah.
Putting the first muskie in the river rat.
Yeah, and it was
biggest of the season too.
It was a nice 44.
Yep.
I'm, very happy.
Yeah.
That alone made the week.
I being that you caught that on Tuesday after you dealt with Thursday, I'm really surprised you're still saying that, but it was the only really big highlight of the week.
Yeah.
Things kind of, not from a fishing perspective, just from a total disaster perspective, kind of went downhill a little bit after that.
Oh yeah. But it's not, not every trip you catch a 44-inch muskie.
No, it's not.
A lot of people go their whole lifetime without catching that.
That's very true. And pat my back a little bit. I don't like to boast too much.
Oh, I know. Well, you put me on them.
How many?
And it was persistence was the key.
Persistence was the key. Yep. I mean, it probably took you 30 casts to move that fish.
Yep. And then probably another 30 to get them.
To get them to eat again.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're talking 60 casts in a 100 by 100 yard area.
Yep.
Not many people are willing to
put in that kind of time in one single spot.
It definitely bit us in the ass later in the night.
Oh, definitely. But that, in my opinion, I mean, I don't have the wife, but it was worth it for me.
Oh, it was way worth it for me as well. I mean, you're up here. We kind of do this every year. Missed it last year, but yeah. I mean, you're up there on the list with. We put a lot of muskies in the boat before, but, river fishing, especially where we go, those plus 40, plus 45-inch fish are hard to come by.
Yes, they are.
They're just not, they're not there in the numbers that you see them in some of these big flowage lakes and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, or on, some of the big lakes, you see St. Erie or one of the Eastern Huron, maybe. It's got a really good musky thing going on right now. And yeah, those are the great Bay of Green Bay. Those are giants,
Oh, yeah.
That it's not the case in these rivers.
Mm-mm.
So to be able to put a 44 in the net is a really good accomplishment.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm quite proud of you and myself.
Yeah. Too bad you had to throw that freaking lure in a tree.
It was getting dark.
That one's caught a few, and now...
Well, hopefully you can find another one.
Yeah, if not, I'm going to get out the paint.
Well, you can always... I'm sure you can find one online.
Mm-hmm. I'm not too worried about the lures. It's just the point.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we ended up kind of... I think we pretty much... Well, you casted for muskie all night long for the most part.
Yeah.
On that, I mean, we both did. I did a little fly fishing.
Mm-hmm.
We never moved another fish on that. They hit on the minor. It was right on the tail end of the minor window.
Yep.
And we had not quite gotten to the river in time to hit the front end of it.
Yep.
But yeah, let's wait. That's the way life goes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So we had that night. We had realized that the sun was going down a lot faster than expected. Oops.
Still had 5 miles to go, I think. And the sun was below the
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an oh shit moment.
And it was not flowing very fast because
and that's been my biggest challenge all season is everything that I've, historically have in my head on timing for flow rates and stuff like that. It's not flowing that much lower than some of the lows I have on record, but it is just enough that it just absolutely kills you in time because we didn't pull the boat out till 11.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think it was
close to.
I think it was actually 11:30 on Tuesday night.
On Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, on the Croix.
Oh, I thought it was midnight.
It was damn near. Yeah. We shot a bunch of rapids in the dark, not big ones, all class 1 shit, but yeah, it was just
no moon either.
How did we mess this up so bad? I mean, it just absolute brain fart, trying to pack a bunch of miles in because you're in town and we just, that muskie, we spent an hour up there just trying to fish for that muskie probably.
Yep.
And we had really picked that northern part of that float apart.
Yep.
Spent a lot of time in the first mile, most of the day.
Afternoon, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was interesting. It was good. It was a good time. It was a good float. And then we kind of, because it was so late, we came back and we kind of just reassessed things. We had to check weather. Wasn't quite sure what we were going to do. We had the flambeau
in mind, yeah.
And I really wanted to run it. Hadn't been up there yet this season. So we kind of ruffled some feathers and we went.
We set off, yeah.
It ended up getting a shuttle from a new company, and
they were great.
Yeah, Jerry was great. Thanks a lot, Jerry. I appreciate the shuttle and the good service.
Oh, super nice guy.
Yeah, and
great conversation too.
Available right away. Boom. Didn't push us at the landing to get ready.
Oh, he totally. I was quite surprised about that and quite impressed with that. He's like, oh no, I enjoy watching people unload.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
Yep.
At least we stayed floating on that trip. That evening fish was good. I mean, we had.
Oh yeah, no, that was a great day. I mean,
and we did go the flambeau. You know, I'm okay talking a little bit more. I don't run a business on the flambeau.
No.
But I know some guys do, and some people might kick me in the pants. But it's been talked about before. There is a stretch of the flambeau that.
From my understanding, it's pretty popular.
It's a very popular canoe river.
Yep.
And it's a very popular river for quite a few guides.
Sure.
And the stretch we had floated is kind of, I don't know, the words out a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of known as like the Miracle Mile.
Yep.
You know, like out on the Bighorn or whatever. It's stacked with smallmouth and musky. And the way the river works, it's really rocky and it falls quite a bit. So,
oh yeah,
there's a ton of cover for fish.
Yes, log
jams and rocks. There's very little sandy stretches.
It's mostly rocky.
Yeah,
very rocky.
So it's it's a dangerous river in a sense when you come from something like the St Croix and over there. There's a level of.
I wouldn't want to take a glass boat down it.
Oh no, yeah, I don't even fear no rock with Clackercraft, but. Yeah, I've got my hesitation. I got my hesitation. Well, if the river was slightly higher, I'd have no problem with it.
Yeah,
none whatsoever.
That's true.
But it's this where they're running at right now with these rivers, and this time of year, this is what it's kind of like.
Yep.
So it's another reason I have two vessels.
Yep.
Because I want to be able to fish regardless of the conditions.
Yep.
For the most part.
Well, that raft will get it done.
Oh, yeah. Just as long as you don't break any oars.
Oh, that is so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you and I both weren't thinking it was very funny about 20 minutes after.
20 minutes after, yeah.
There was quite a few cuss words that day.
Yes, there were.
But Wednesday, I had a really nice follow on a musky fly.
Yep.
Thanks to Jeff, he rode for me for quite a bit. It was probably.
It was a pretty good morning. Wednesday
evening.
Yeah. Oh, Wednesday. Yep. Thursday. So yep. What I'm thinking of.
Yep. Yeah. You rode on the flambeau for me quite a bit.
Quite a bit on Wednesday. Yep.
Both days.
Yeah.
Until the oar broke. But that was really the only opportunity I've gotten to personally fly fish for muskies all season, so it was really nice to move one.
Yep.
Wish we,
caught a couple smallies too.
Wish we had more control over the boat and the southern stretch of the river that we had floated, because I think we would have connected. Mm-hmm. I really do. Yep. We just didn't really have a great opportunity to fish it.
Yeah, well, I'm not the best oar either.
Well, we didn't have an oar. We only had one.
Oh, at that point.
Yeah, that stretch of the river is where I really wanted to fly fish.
Oh, on Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so Wednesday night, I think we caught, 15, 20 smallmouth, something like that.
I think it was 15, yeah.
Yeah, 15-ish. Good size. Yeah. Not too many dinks.
Nope.
I would say the numbers, the size-wise in the flambeau was running really nice for us.
Yep.
Mostly all on top water.
Yep. All top water.
Yeah. Today was the
only
first.
use top water.
Today was the first time we actually went subsurface.
Yep.
Yeah. And we struck out both ways.
Yeah.
We had some takes, and today was kind of.
Well, as soon as we switched to subsurface, I caught that one.
Yep. But we spent the upper half of the trip musky fishing. Yep. So, but yeah, the flambeau. We camped, spent the night. Beautiful night. And beautiful morning too. Yep. We had
that follow right on the island.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did have that follow right on.
Yep. It was probably either northern or musky because they had that wake behind it. You know, smallies don't do that.
No, not typically.
Yeah.
I saw it eat it too. I mean, it nipped it. It nipped it, and I kind of got like a corner of a hook and just the lip almost is what it looked like. Mm-hmm. All I saw was the whites. That river's so dark, and that's why I'm assuming it was a muskie because they just blend in so well. That green, they're just. I mean, I've had them come up and eat flies before, where it's just all of a sudden you just see a mouth open.
Oh yeah,
like it just come right up off the bottom in that dark water, and you don't even see the flash until after they eat. Mm-hmm. But that minute they eat, it's like all you see is this white mouth open.
Yeah,
it's something else, but. I think we caught, again, 15 smallmouth on the float until we went through Cedar Rapids.
Yep, yeah. We were up to 15. I remember that.
Yeah.
So all in all.
And we had half the morning float yet to go at that point.
Yes. We
tried to tackle 8 miles.
The first set of rapids, right, that we hit?
No, we went through the Wanigan Rapids. We hit the Confluence Pool. Yeah. But it was
the first real set of rapids we hit.
Yeah, it was actually just south of the next landing.
Yep.
Like the next rapids. Mm-hmm. Like, had we busted before that, like we probably could have sat at the landing and maybe got a ride.
Figured something out. Yeah.
But no. We had to bust a quarter mile south of the landing, south of the rapids with
right at the beginning.
4.25 miles left to go.
At the beginning of the rapids too.
I got those, and part of this, I got to put one little, with all the COVID stuff, when I got hooked up with river rats because of some of the stuff we were negotiating.
Sure.
And I pushed him really hard because I wanted the damn thing here, and he was going to hold up the order because some of the ore company was running behind for a couple weeks. So I had said, no, I got extra oars. Send them to me.
Yep.
So I swapped oar locks and off we went.
Yep.
And so I grabbed my wooden drift boat oars, and they were a set that came with my boat, my first boat. These things are from the 80s.
I didn't know they were that old.
Oh, yeah. They're old. And they snapped like
a toothpick.
I mean, just snap.
The video will be on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, we'll put it up. We'll put it up what not to do when you're out on the river in the middle of nowhere without a freaking extra oar.
Yeah.
A safety backup set. WTF. I mean, seriously. So about that time that we snapped that oar, the clouds showed up. The wind picked up, and it started raining.
Yep.
And we had anticipated on being off the river at noon because there was afternoon thunderstorms coming through, and we didn't want to get caught in it.
Yep.
And we didn't get caught in thunderstorms.
No, which was very lucky of us.
And we were off the water.
Like 5, I think.
No. Was it that late?
Yeah, it was definitely that late.
I thought we got off at like 3.
Maybe.
No, because we didn't get home until 8.
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
So we couldn't have left there till 5.
Yeah. It might have even been like 5:30.
Yeah. Wow.
After everything was all said and done and loaded up.
We miscued that one by 5 hours.
Wow. Had the Lord to thank for that one.
And Mother Nature
And
for
Mother Nature
blowing
blowing upstream
for 5 hours, literally to the point that you would try to paddle it like a canoe.
You'd row, yeah.
And then we'd blow back up to where I started.
It was you step 1 foot and take 2 steps backwards, basically, is what it was.
It wasn't until I started using the one oar we had left as a push pole that we really started to make some progress.
Yep.
And then we had to shoot a couple rapids blind with nothing.
The one class 2 too, right at the end.
Yeah.
Which I will say, man, through those rapids, you did it like a pro.
Yeah.
With 1 oar, man.
I've gone down a few rapids in a canoe. In a canoe. And that's how I had to steer it, you know?
It's exactly, yeah.
And it was a lot less maneuverable than a canoe. I'll tell you, though, today, with the new oars.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
What a difference.
Major difference.
What a difference.
And definitely control that much easier.
Oh, and those shallow water draft oars that they make now, the newer ones, top notch.
Yep.
Thanks, Cataract. I think it's Cataract's oars. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even look at them yet. But man, just that shallow draft, being able to slow down in shallow water better. You get more of the oar in the water than you do with a standard shaped oar.
Yep.
And that's it's making me think about upgrading the Clackacraft drift the oars.
Yep. Probably should.
Might have 2 sets for sale. So 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
You buy my 2, I get 1. But I get new ones. Oh yeah. So I looking back, it was a big time disaster I was beyond raged out, pissed, more than I've ever been in a long time.
I can honestly say I've never seen you that mad.
Well, part of it had to do with the fact that I had already kind of overextended my
your stay,
my leash, from the stereotypical what men say, the leash from the wife. Mm-hmm. I don't like that term. I call it really it's just the capital that I've burned up.
Yep.
And I want to spend time with her myself. Mm-hmm. And she wants to spend time
after being quite a few hours late. 2 previous
days. And she knows how it is. Every time I go to the river, I'm always late coming home. But those 2 days were extra late.
Yep.
And now I was going to be 5 hours later than I told her. And then she went back to work today. Yep. So it was it was a very compounding situation, broken oar, yep. $70 worth of lures down the drain.
She lightened up once we showed her the video of the oar snap.
Oh yeah, she had a lot of good laughs about that one. So it is what it is. She's not mad. It's just it's for me. It's the time I get to spend with my wife, and I not going to get to spend much time with her over the next couple days. Mm-hmm. And that was my window, and
yep.
It was everything going on around me was preventing me from getting home to see my wife. And it was just a really crap feeling. And,
yep.
And it's one thing to row a drift boat or a boat through upwind.
Yep.
And keep somebody fishing,
Yep.
It's a whole nother thing when you can't row.
Yeah.
And the river isn't flowing enough to pull you in the boat.
Against the wind.
The wind.
Yep.
I mean, something has to move you.
Yeah.
And I'm still sore. I mean, my whole body is sore.
Yep.
From doing that. I mean, at the end, we were 200 yards from the boat landing.
Oh, I kind of wonder how long it would have taken us if we didn't get out and to the shoreline and pull it.
I said probably another hour.
At least.
Yeah. To go 200 yards.
Yeah.
It was just, it was an absolute S show.
Yep.
I mean, there is no other way to describe it. But today
went very well.
We had some redemption.
Yep.
We didn't put the numbers in the boat, but we were fishing the river fast. We had a time limit. We could only spend 4 hours out there, and I hit my time today. Mm-hmm. even a little early.
Yeah.
We had some extra time. If we had wanted to take another pass there at that last landing,
We could have done it.
we could have done it
Easily.
But yeah, they were just not doing today. That rain really added a lot of stain to the river.
Yep.
Brought the river up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we just couldn't find the recipe today.
Yep.
And that happens.
Yeah, it does. It's fishing.
And we didn't have time to throw the whole tackle box at them.
That's true.
So it was just kind of like, I'll throw a few things here, try a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that surfaces or provides a little bit of a couple different varieties, so we can try the water column.
Yeah.
Bottom, medium, middle, and top.
Yep.
And I don't know, you and I both, this trip has always been, let's throw as much top water as we can throw, because we love watching fish jump out of the water after baits.
Yep.
And I mean, all week long, what do we probably boated about 100 fish?
I'd say give or take. Yeah. It was a good week. It was all in all, minus the one day. But even then, I had a good time. We still caught 15 fish that day.
And you're lucky that I buy Cabela's equipment. And I'm not saying anything that I like Cabela's equipment, but when you got guys that snap rods in half, it's nice to have Cabela's equipment.
My bad.
Yeah, you're lucky. I busted a fly rod from Cabela's. I didn't even do it. I think Joe did it, but
sure.
It's just, he was handling the rods, and then we got on the river and
snap.
The tip's gone. Like, seriously? Did I have to wait to put this thing together till I got on the boat? Yeah. And it could have been me, but I didn't really touch the fly rod from when I put it together and when I got on the river.
Yep.
Somebody else messed with it. But anyways, it is what it is.
Yep.
Thank God it was Cabela's.
Yeah.
Because I just hopefully they still have that exchange policy, because everything's changed a little bit, and it's been about a year since I brought a rod in. So I'll let you know if you need to send me a check. Yeah. So anyways, Jeff, nice, Luna. Knock over the pop can or the beer can.
Truly can.
You and your Trulies. Although I will say on the river,
nice in the Florida heat, man.
On the river on the hot day when I had a few of them, they did go down pretty well.
They go down well, and you don't get so burnt out.
I did
loading up the boat and all that,
I didn't feel that hungover.
Yeah.
Look at that dog.
She wants to go.
She's doing the eyes.
Yeah.
Please give me attention. She bats her eyes. Like,
I noticed that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She'll give you these little like whimpery kind of eyes, and then she'll
puppy eyes.
And then she'll bat her eyelashes like some, oh please. She's something else.
Rebels just lounging.
So anyways, Jeff, you got a YouTube channel. Let's finish out there.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll talk about the channel.
Yeah, you live down in Florida.
Yep.
You live on the Space Coast, Treasure Coast area.
Yep, in Wabasso area.
Okay.
And, I go to Sebastian Inlet quite a bit. I purchased a small skiff last year, so don't have too much footage on that yet, but snapper seasons, or, mangrove snapper have been starting to move in, so we'll be seeing a lot more of that.
Yeah, and you've been doing some fishing with the old man and one of his buddies who's a guide.
Yep, got some video of the red snapper fishing. It was a great day.
Yeah, you guys caught your limit, right? Or one shy.
I think it was one shy, actually.
Yeah, but you caught some big red snappers.
They are huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't make it down there for snapper season this year.
Yeah, got to do what you can. You're focused on the business up here.
Okay, girls, knock it off. So yeah, YouTube channel is what? Jeff Loves Fishing.
Jeff Loves Fishing, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you like saltwater fishing, go give it a look.
You got to subscribe too.
And yeah, of course, subscribe
and like and
comment.
Comment.
All helps with the algorithm.
Same with the podcast. You guys,
I'm sure you guys know the drill.
Yeah, I don't beat it up too bad.
You can't.
I try not to.
Yeah, I don't really either.
It's I don't know. You got to say it once in a while, but it's
more important. The content's more important.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to subscribe because you like the content, you're going to subscribe.
Exactly.
I don't need to remind you to do that.
Yeah.
So, but what do you got? You got any other fishing trips coming up this summer? What seasons are rolling down in Florida?
Well, we got, like I said earlier, mangrove snapper should be moving in, and then we got the mullet run in September, so that's always good. Good for snook. Snook season opens up in September, so you'll probably be seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I have not been to Florida at all this year. I went 5 or 6 times last year.
Yep.
And
you've been busy with the business, man.
Yeah, there's that, and
COVID had something to do with that as well.
Yeah. Now I also like to go for. Instead of flying down for 3 days.
Yeah, you like the more extended trips, yeah.
Yeah, if I can drive down and spend 10 days.
Yeah, it's much easier.
Yeah, I can bring some of the...
You can bring all your gear then, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm.
And I'm not, stuck at the old man's on his schedule. If I want to go somewhere, I can go somewhere.
Yep.
I got my truck.
Yep, which is nice for me. It's only a 4-hour drive.
Well, and that's part of it, too, is I usually, if I'm going to come down, I want to go to the Gulf and the Atlantic.
Yep.
So, I guess updates on the podcast. I've got a bunch of stuff out there in the works. I've just been too damn busy. And it's summer. It's peak smallmouth and musky fishing season for me.
Yep.
I've had a number of guide trips, and then
you have a YouTube channel too, right? You'll probably be seeing.
Yeah, I'll put out a couple of videos. I like to do little videos here and then. I've been trying to get into it a little bit more. It's just another thing I got to do, So it's hard to do, but yeah, we've been taking along a GoPro the last couple of weeks. We got one musky on film, I think, a week ago, and
that'll be on Jeff Loves Fishing, and I'm sure your channel
sure
too.
You're gonna have to share that a little bit with me.
Of course.
But yeah, we'll do some tagging, and so that people can follow you on Instagram and YouTube. So. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Trying to convince you to pick up a little bit of the Southern Correspondent for Amazement Outdoors, potentially.
That would be nice.
We've got a lot of conservation issues going on down in Florida that need to be talked about.
Yes,
especially
definitely.
When it comes to water quality and the real root causes to some of those issues.
The whole green algae thing, the red tide issue.
Yeah. Stop fertilizing your lawns.
Yep. That's how it comes down to a lot of that.
Well, and there's more to it. It's complex calculus.
It's very complex calculus.
But, yeah, the need for green grass in Florida is... I'm just going to...
People think about it, too. You wonder why your bugs, no-see-ums are so bad around your house. It's because you got the grass for them to breed them in.
I know. What's wrong with shells and sand? You don't have to do much but rake it to make it look nice.
Ain't that the truth?
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
It's my opinion as well. I'm right there with you.
I'd rather spend time on the water when I'm in Florida than mowing grass.
Yeah, me too.
Or at the beach.
That's pretty much why I live there.
Yeah. But, there's enough subdivisions with all those crabgrass lawns. So, with their timed out sprinkler systems and...
Yep. All the lovely runoff.
And if you're anywhere near the intercoastal, the first time you get a hurricane, it's all dead.
Yep.
It's just that I don't get it. Anyways, we don't need to beat the
bush too hard.
Beat the bush too hard about those issues. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And I don't know. I'll be recording a few episodes here. I got a bear hunting episode in the works.
Hopefully I can come up for that too. We'll see if I can work something out.
I'm gonna start baiting here. I'm a little bit behind, but I'm kind of after last season. I realized I don't think I need to spend that much money. And there's plenty of bears, and Target Bear's been around. Yep. And I don't think he's going anywhere. So he has a few dens around, and I think he likes one particular piece of property because I tend to see him way too much. Joe, he walked right up on Joe during turkey hunting.
Yep, he told me about that.
Scared the crap out of him. So, so I'm going to get that out here in the next week or so. So you might see some stuff on social media out there on that, and then I'm still going to try to make a run out west for some Sharpies and sage grouse. I I don't know. I'm thinking I might actually do Colorado now.
Sure.
With our other brother is having a baby, and I put in for preference points for elk, so I already have a small game license, and kind of going, if I get there, I can always stop on my way home in North Dakota, Wyoming, or Montana.
Yep.
So we'll see. But yeah, we're kind of getting into the busy season, so I've been kind of dialing back a few of these episodes, and as soon as kind of get off the water and able to kind of communicate, that's one of the big things is, when we fish and where we fish, there's typically no cell service. So
yep.
Even everything just gets kind of put on hold for the day.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I hope to get a few more episodes out here, but this one will be out probably in the next day or so.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah. So you have to listen for it and share it.
Yep. We'll do.
Well, we got to get you to the airport, man. I suppose
I think we're a little late now.
We should, probably close this thing out and wish everybody a good day.
Yeah, and tight lines as always.
Tight lines, and this is something I don't know if you haven't been listening to the podcast too regularly. You might not necessarily hear, but join your local conservation effort. Yep. It's super, super important.
It's very important.
Some of the issues that you're dealing with down in Florida right now with the red tides and everything else, your local conservation groups are the ones who are going to be there doing the brunt of the work, guiding the right people to hopefully
make the right effort
and fix some of those problems. So, if you want to see those critters out there, you got to kind of step up.
A steward of the land.
Yep, step up and take part.
Yep.
So we'll see you out there in the woods or on the water, man.
Yep, of course.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Amazing Outdoors. Follow us on YouTube. I got a Patreon page. It's not really going. It's haven't had the time to put into it. So follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Reach out if you're interested in taking a trip down to St. Croix. Look me up.